What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning back in, and today we're going to be reviewing a shoe I've been anticipating for a minute, the Harden Vol.7. Starting us off with the sizing and the price, I recommend you guys go your true to size because in my true to size, I'm a size 12. I do have a little bit of toe room. If you're a wide footer, I would tell you guys you can go up half a size. And also, if you want even more snug and security, you can go down half a size. One earlier disclaimer about the Harden Vol.7, it does get hot inside of this shoe. My brother put this shoe on his foot for a little minute, and I had the shoe on my foot for a little minute, and it did get very warm. Now, that's not always a con. If you live in like colder areas, colder cities like Denver, Philly, New York, places that really snow out there and stuff like that, then this shoe is actually pretty good to bring to the gym because your feet are gonna warm up. But if you live in areas like me, Florida, Texas, and hot states like that, it might not be a choice that you wanna make. So I just wanna tell you guys that it doesn't take away from the performance or anything from the shoe, but once you put your foot inside of this shoe, it is gonna get warm really quick. The pricing on the Harden 7 is gonna be $160, and I'm not really too mad at that price. Moving on to the style, I'm gonna give these an 8.5 out of 10. The colorway on this shoe is called Silver Metallic, and two things of nostalgia that reminded me of a Star Wars colorway. And it's funny enough, he does have a Star Wars type of colorway that's dropping real soon, except it's not silver, it's white and black, but this still reminds me of a Star Wars type of colorway. And the second thing of nostalgia was, I don't know if a lot of you guys remember on Saturdays, a show called Beetleborgs. He didn't have new suits and stuff like that, and he turned metallic. And that's what it reminded me of too, the nostalgia of the 90s. If you guys look here on the shoe, it looks just like a bubble jacket. Now to me, I'm just spitballing here and making a guess. I think the design pattern of this shoe is built off his time in New York and Philly, because one thing about New York and Philly, it gets very cold over there and it snows like crazy. And we already know Harden has a very unique sense of style. I still think the style is very clean and very unique. The back part here is very eye-catching. As you can see, the gloss, the bubble jacket material is different, and it does keep your foot very warm. That's why I made my guess of, he's doing it to the area that he's in because it gets very cold. But regardless, I think it's a very clean design looking shoe. I think it's nice, and I think it passed the eye test in my opinion. Up next, we have my favorite category, which is the cushion, and I'm gonna give these an 8.5 out of 10. Inside the shoe, they use two cushioning setups and boost, which originally comes from the Harden 1, because I know that's a lot of people's favorite Harden. And my favorite Harden, which is the Harden 4, they also have light strike inside this shoe. And I wanna be honest with you guys, this shoe feels nice, soft, and comfortable. It is low to the ground, so don't expect like a boost off of it, like a little bit of extra inches, but it feels really good and it's really responsive. And I was very impressed, I'm not gonna lie to you, because the Harden 5 was trash. The Harden 6 was pretty, it was okay-ish, it was kind of mid, but the Harden 7, I haven't been excited for a shoe like this since the Harden 4. Especially around here, you would think this would be a harder part of the shoe, but it's not, and it's soft here. The best comparison I can give you guys to a type of cushion feel is like a pillow. Like, you have a nice fluffy type of pillow and you just push it in and stuff and it's all nice and soft. That's what this cushion setup feels like, and it feels really good. So Harden, man, y'all did y'all thing in the cushion setup of these. Moving on to the support, I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. There is padding around the ankle bone and Achilles heel. Not much of a tongue because there's this sweater woven type material that's around the ankle that gives it an extra bit of security. And I really like that. It feels nice, it feels comfortable. Now, one of the cons about this shoe is, man, and I'm gonna show you guys in the clip, is the lacing. I would tell you guys to double knot, but not even double knot, you might have to triple knot sometimes, even if you tie it to the tightest, just because the lacing is very long for whatever reason. That may be, I don't know why they decided to do that. Regardless of how long the laces are, that has nothing to do with how good the security is inside of this shoe. If you find yourself doing spin moves, euro steps, step backs, whatever it is that you do to hoop, you're gonna find that you have a nice security and lockdown. And last on the list, we have the traction, and I'm gonna give these an 8.5 out of 10. You hear squeaking like crazy in these. They perform really good on a clean court, as well as they perform really good on a dusty court. I don't know if you guys can see that. I didn't attract much dust and dirt, because usually the court that I'm always on, like I tell you guys, is usually the dusty one that's by my house, versus the one I go to on the weekend that's usually clean. But as you guys can see, I did not attract that much dirt and dust. And I also want to say this too, when I tell you guys about the little multi-traction design patterns in the shoe, I think that's what makes a traction pattern really good as well. Because from the back here, you got the circles, and then you got the lines that are going this way to the left and this way to the right. And I think that's what makes up for a really good traction pattern. I would tell you guys, I would not recommend you guys hoop this outside. You can, but for the price range of $160, I would tell you just keep yourself inside your LA Fitness, your league play, wherever it is you do, your high school games, college games, just keep it inside. I would not recommend you guys go with this shoe outside. But from a traction pattern standpoint, this shoe is really good. Ending it off with the ranking of the Harden 7, I'm gonna give these shoes an A rank. And I wanna tell you guys something before I get into the good of the shoe, and this part has nothing to do with the actual performance of this shoe. This shoe does carry some weight to it. So if you're into the lightweight shoes like the Braun 20s, some Pumas, KDs, Series Player 1, Kobe's, and etc. If you're into lightweight shoes, I want you guys to know this shoe does come with a little bit of weight. It's not very heavy, but it's got a little heft to it. But regardless of the weight, the style I think is very creative. It's unique, it's sleek, it's one of those eye catchers. The cushioning setup is a good one as well because you have boosts in the midsole and you have light strike cushioning around the shoe, and it feels really good, nice, soft, comfortable, and responsive. It's also low to the ground, so I know some of you guys like that type of feel, so you're gonna enjoy the cushioning setup. The support is very interesting and it feels really nice too, like I was telling you guys. It's padding around the ankle bone and Achilles heel, as well as that sweater woven material that hugs around the foot or the ankle that gives you that extra bit of security, and it feels really good. And the traction pattern is damn near one of the top tier traction patterns that I felt as well. It's really good on a clean court. It can perform really well and good on a dusty court, and you can also play with this outside, even though I would not recommend it because of the price. I was waiting for the next Harden to be good because my favorite Harden was the Harden 4s, so I had to wait 2 models just to get, actually damn near 3 models just to get something that's really good. But yes, the Harden 7 is really good. If it is out, I will leave you guys a link down below in the description. That's pretty much all I have to say. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers, thanks to y'all. And I'm gonna see you on the next one. I'm gonna have Chauncey send us out.
Got anything you want to add to it, Chauncey?
What? That's your end intro?
Yeah, that's the end intro.
Thank you for guys watching Tate's video. See you next in Tate's video. Bye.